everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that have been following along, we've been having a lot of fun making this little baby set here with a blanket and a security blanket and a cute little hat. And today we are going to be making these really cute, adorable little baby booties. So I hope you'll join me along for this, and let's take a look and see what we need to get this done. So let's take a look and see what we need for this project. As I mentioned, this is part of the set that I'm doing with the baby hat and the security blanket and the larger blanket. And this is all still from this one ball of yarn in the rainbow, and then of course one in the white for this blanket here. But for the booties, we're going to continue with this same yarn right here, which is the Caron Jumbo, and it's in the baby rainbow, which is a weight 4. So we'll continue to use that yarn. I still am using my 6mm or J crochet hook, and then as normal I've got a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle to weave in the ends. So get your materials together and let's get cracking at this baby booty. Now for these little booties, we are going to start by making the sole of the little boots, and then we're going to go up the sides. So to start with the sole, we want to have a chain 8. So go ahead and start with your chain 8. And then in the second chain from the hook, and the next 5 stitches, we're going to work in just single crochets. So starting with the second chain from the hook, that's 1 single crochet, and then 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you should be at the last chain from that initial chain 8, and we're going to work 5 single crochets in there, and we want to go kind of around, even around the knot as we do those, the slip knot as we do those. So I'll do 2 on this side, there. We'll do 1 kind of over the knot a little bit and 2 on the opposite side. And I'm going to weave this tail in as I go. So all still in the same last stitch, but I've kind of rounded around the end of that. So let me just kind of show you, and make sure you're not pulling too tight here. There we go. So I've gone around the stitch there, all in that 1 stitch. Now we're on the opposite side of the chain. We're going to work in the opposite side of that foundation chain. Oops. So now we want to do a single crochet in the next 5 on the opposite side of that chain. There's 1, 2. I'm still working that tail in as I do it. 3, 4, 5, and 1 more right at the end there. See that last one right there? And now we want to slip stitch into the top. Now as we do chain 1s around here, those chain 1s are not going to count for anything, so we want to ignore the chain 1s as we do this. And I am going to slip stitch into the top of that very first single crochet that we made. So there we go. That's kind of our little start right there. And you can see this end here is just a little bit bigger than this end. That's exactly what you want. So for round 2, we want to chain 1. Again, that doesn't count for anything. And we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So 2 here and 2 here. So here's 1, 2, and 2 in the next one. 1, 2. Okay. Then in the next 4 stitches, just 1 single crochet in the next 4. So 1 here. Here's 1 here. 1 here. And 1 here. Now we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next 5 stitches. So here's the next one. We're going to do 2 half double crochets here. 2 here. And make sure you're not doing them too tight so that they curl up too much. I mean, it is going to curl up a little bit, but okay, here's 2 here. That's our 3rd time. We're going to do 2 here. And 2 here. Okay, and similar to what we did on the other side, we're going to do 4. I have a little knot here. Hold on a minute. Get out of there. There we go. Okay, similar to what we did on the other side, 4 single crochets in the next 4, I should say 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have these 2 stitches left here. We're going to do 2 single crochets in each one of these. So here's 2 here, okay, 2 here, and then remember, skip the chain and join it to that first single crochet that we started with at the beginning of the row. Okay, and you can see this end is getting even bigger here, right? So you can tell which side is the toe side. This is the bigger end of the sole. And now we want to go to row 3. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 6 stitches. So here's the first one, we put 2 there. The second one, here's the third one, here's the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. Okay, and then 10 stitches on the way back. Just single crochet in the next 10. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you want to join to the first one. Remember that chain right there we ignore. Join to the first single crochet. Okay, and just to take a look at it, that is your sole, the sole of the shoe. You can see this is the toe part. It's a little bit wider at that end than the heel part. So that is the sole of the little shoe, or the little booty. I guess it's a little booty. Okay, now what we're going to do is start working up the sides. And to do that, what we want to do is start working in back loops only. That'll help actually turn that a little bit to the side, and help it kind of go straight up a little bit. So what we want to do for starters is chain 1, and then we're going to want to do back loop only, single crochet just all the way around, just 1 row of back loop only. So to start with, instead of going, if you haven't done back loop only, normally we go under both threads of the stitch. We're only going to do the back loop, so the one away from you, right? So the front one is still there. So you want to do a single crochet in each of these stitches, but only in the back loop, right? So here, not under both, here. Okay, so you want to do this all the way around. Go ahead and do your back loop only stitches until you get all the way back around and join in the top of the first single crochet, not the chain, and you should have 32 stitches still. So go ahead and do that and come on back. Okay, so as you come all the way around to finish those 32 there, you can see the little ridge caused by working in back loops only, right? And that kind of causes that to go up now. And go ahead and slip stitch into that first single crochet to join that. All right, now we're going to work back in both loops, not back loop only. And go ahead and do your chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in the first 10 stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to start joining some of these stitches to cause the top of the foot of this booty. Now there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can just do normal joins with 2 together, and if you're not familiar with join stitches, I have a tutorial for that. This one is a little bit different though. This is an invisible join. There's invisible single crochet and invisible half double crochet that we're going to do here. You don't have to do it that way. You can do normal joins. But the invisible joins are ones that are mostly used on like really tiny small stitches, things that you want to be, well, invisible. And that would be on things like amigurumi or those types of crochet projects. So I'm going to do that here, and I'll go slow in case you haven't done this before, but if you're more comfortable with normal joins, you can do that as well. So we did our first 10 stitches. Now we're going to do an invisible single crochet together. So to do the single crochet, we're going to start in this stitch here, we're going to start in the front loop only and insert our hook in the front loop only. And then we're going to insert our hook in the front loop of the next one. Okay, so you see that I did front loops before doing any yarn over or anything. I did the front loops of both of the next 2 stitches. And then I go through and pull up a yarn, and then go through 2. So I kind of joined those 2 together there, and it's almost invisible because of doing it in the front loops only and doing it right away. So that was an invisible single crochet 2 together. Now I'm going to do the same thing with a half double crochet 2 together, and we're going to do 4 of those. With a half double crochet, it's a little bit different because you yarn over first, and then you go into the front loop only. Okay. Go into the front loop of the next one, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through all 3. All right, there's your half double crochet, invisible half double crochet. All right, yarn over, we're gonna do that again. Go through the front loop, go through the next front loop, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through all 3. So it's kind of like you're joining those first two together first before you do your half double crochet. That's two. We're going to do two more of those half double crochets. So let's do that. Yarn over and go through the front loop. Go through the next front loop. You're going to yarn over and go through the two just to join those front loops. And now you're going to yarn over and go through all three. And we have one more. Yarn over and go through the front loop. Go through the next front loop. Yarn over and go through those two front loops. Yarn over and go through all three. So there we just did four two together half double crochets, but they were invisible. Okay. Now we want to go back the same way that we came here. We're going to do an invisible single crochet. So here's another opportunity for you to see that. We are going to go in the front loop of the next stitch, the front loop of the one after that. So you have two there. Yarn over and go through two, and yarn over and go through two. There's your invisible single crochet two together. Okay. And then you should have 10 stitches left where we'll just do 10 single crochets just like we did on the way there. So do these here. Here's 8, here's 9, and here's 10, okay, and then you'll join together, okay, and you can see that starting to curl over at the front there, and we're going to do a little bit more of that on this next round here. We'll do a little bit more of the invisible single crochets and the half double crochets. So do a chain one. And this time you want to do a single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Here's 7, here's 8. Okay, just like that. Now what we want to do is similar to what we did before. We're going to do an invisible single crochet two together. So front loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Now we're going to do an invisible half double crochet 3 times. Okay, yarn over, front loop, yarn over and go through the 2, yarn over, go through 3. Do that again, yarn over, front loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. Okay, and one more time. Yarn over, go through the front loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 3. And now we want to do what we did on the way out. We're going to do an invisible single crochet. So you have a front loop, yarn over, go through 2, and then 8 single crochets on the way out, just like we did on the way here. Okay, and then join to the top. And then, believe it or not, our last row. So for the last row, you want to chain 1, and then you're going to do 7 single crochets. Then for the rounding the front part where the toe is, we're going to do 7 slip stitch, just to kind of make a little lower part there for the front. There's 1, sorry about that, I went off camera for a minute. 2, 3, 6, 7, and then 7 single crochets again. Five, 6, and 7, and then join to your first single crochet there, and that's it. Let's take a look at it. See that cute little booty? You've got it up coming across here. All you need to do is fasten off and weave in your ends. Don't forget you've got one inside here from the sole where we started, and then this one here at the end, and then you just have this really cute booty. And they're really simple. They only take a few minutes to make. As you can see, you can even, if you want to, weave a little ribbon in there, or you know, anything you want to add to that. But if you want to keep it just like this, it's a really cute little booty just on its own. So give this one a try along with the set. It would be really cute with the rest of this set here. All you need to do is repeat that. Go ahead and give that a try. And you know, if you have questions as normal, put those down in the comment box. If you would help out the channel, like and subscribe, that would be really nice. And if there's any other tutorials you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to put that down in the comment box. Appreciate you all stopping by, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks everyone.